saw this TikTok the other day that was a list of why the poster's ex was her ex. And I was like, that's a really good idea. And so I have 16 index cards worth of why my ex-husband is my ex-husband, outside of the fact that he groomed and abducted me, okay? I'm gonna just shuffle these real quick because there's really no point in having a specific order. They're all insane. They're all wild, okay? Whenever we drink, he would encourage me to overdrink so I was blackout and made me take my meds so I wouldn't wake up while he touched me. When it came time for the divorce, he refused to cooperate for over a year to keep control over me while simultaneously dating minors. Threatened me so much in front of my family that my little sister hid all of the knives in the house. Whenever police were involved, he would turn off his violence and turn on the autism to manipulate the cops, complete with tears and a story about how he's actually the victim. He would demand I cook for him, and if it wasn't the closest thing to junk food as possible, he'd refuse to eat and go on a hunger strike. When he lived at my parents' house, he asked me to get his meds. This was post leaving him, so I told him to get them himself. He threatened to hurt me, and when my mom defended me, he called her a bitch. Constantly got him so mad of literally anything and nothing at all that he started having heart attack symptoms, and despite having the healthiest heart ever, insisted we go to the hospital even if we couldn't get back home. That happened multiple times a month. Multiple. Way more in a month than it should have. Way more than it should have in general. Used some of my favorite clothes to wipe, both in general and during the red time, as he calls it. He's a trans man, by the way. Whenever my phone theme wasn't him, he'd accuse me of not loving him, and then would self-harm right in front of me. He would shower me with gifts that he then made me sell days or weeks later so he could get vape stuff and fast food, only to make me beg for some of said food. He punched a hole in the wall near my head every time I told him no. He made me agree to a contract that basically made me his slave/nurse, demanded I got a job because we needed money, but then when I started looking, he would accuse me of lying so I could cheat. Beat me live on youtube.com. That video no longer exists, but it was there. It was there for a while. Despite me having my own PS4, I wasn't allowed to play it unless I played a game he liked or could play with me. He refused to let me enjoy media I liked. Every song, movie, game, and show had to be something he likes, or nothing at all. Whenever he wanted something, despite being able to walk/sit up, etc., he'd demand I get it for him, even if it was on his side of the bed or right beside him. I had to be in a group chat with anyone I ever talked to. He had to be in a group chat with anyone I ever talked to, and if I didn't talk in said group chat, he would assume I'm talking shit about him, yell at me until I left the group, and then get mad that I left the group. There was no way to keep him happy ever. He bugged any phone that I had because he insisted I was cheating somehow. Whenever I got my own food stuff, he would eat all of his and then beg for mine. And when I said no, he'd throw a tantrum, wait until I was asleep, and eat all of my food stuff, even the things he didn't like. Whenever I would dress up, he'd accuse me of cheating, even if I wasn't going anywhere. And if I was in the bathroom for longer than 10 minutes, he'd demand to go through my phone, accusing me of cheating, and would get mad when he didn't find anything. He lied to my mental health doctors about my mental health status, and when I said I have a hard time sleeping, he suggested I be put on trazodone, which I do not like to take. And once prescribed, he'd demand I take it. And then upon waking up, he'd be pissed because I didn't give him attention while I was literally unconscious. Also, sexually assaulting me while I was in deep medicated sleep. Would demand I walk to the corner store to get him snacks, but would be livid if I left to get myself snacks, or if I got myself snacks with my own money. Shit in the cat food bowl on multiple occasions. Whipped our dog every time she whined for longer than 5 minutes. For any reason. Got mad whenever I had any conversation with anybody that didn't include him in some way. Got mad at me for having friends in any way, boy, girl, didn't matter. Got mad at me for being friends with his sister, even though he begged us to get along. This ain't no fucking Burger King. You can't have it your way, bro. Would weaponize basic needs such as food, bathing, doctors, and sleep. Would weaponize his own basic needs, and picked apart everything I ever did, and would end his tangent with, "I just want what's best for you." And finally, he has incontinence issues, and instead of using the toilet that is 1 room away from him, he'd rather piss and shit in the trash can, litter box, food bowls, bed, carpet, etc. He has the ability to walk said 1 room away. Pissing on my clothes when he's mad at me. Thank you.